any sleep yet?
Hello again.
Metiria,
All
we've
right.
just been speaking to David Cunliffe, who's just told us he regrets the decision not to campaign with the Greens and turn you guys down. What do you make of that?
Well, I think it was the wrong decision. We put a proposal to present Labour and the Greens as an alternative government. We thought that that would be the best for voters, for the country. They decided not to do that. I think that was the wrong decision.
So in this next term, will Labour and the Greens be working more closely in opposition?
Well, we're yet to determine our strategy. We know we want to be the lead opposition this term like we were last term. We'll forge our own path, but we will work with other parties where we can.
And you're hoping to work with National, aren't you?
Well, we will see. Again, we haven't determined that strategy yet. I would, however, offer yet again to work with National and other parties on a cross-party agreement to end child poverty, and I would be interested in them welcoming that and being part of that cross-party talk.
John Key's already said no to an MOU. He said that a couple of days ago.
Yes, he did.
So is there anything you guys can actually do?
Well, we haven't worked through that strategy yet. We haven't looked at their policy to see if there's what common ground there may still be. There has been a strong call from the public for cross-party agreement on ending child poverty, and I would welcome National to work with us and others on that. They have refused until this point. Perhaps they might have changed their mind.
You're in all black today. Does that kind of sum up the
No,
night
funny,
for left?
funny how my clothes have seemed to have taken on this whole other political dimension. I'm not quite sure what to make of it myself. No, I'm a brown girl in red lipstick today.
In terms of your campaign strategy, would you have done anything different?
No. I think we ran a straight campaign, a clean campaign. We focused on the issues. We kept out of the muck. We had the best ground campaign we've ever had, and I think that is why we held on to our vote as we did. That if we hadn't been as strong, we would have lost more vote because of the shift to the right.
David Cunliffe called Kim.com reprehensible political movement. I mean, how do you sum up Kim.com and the damage they've done to the left?
Well, I think that their campaign was a failure, clearly. Not only did they fail to get a strong party vote, but Hone Haruera lost his seat as a result of that strategic alliance. It's a real shame for them and for him in particular. But the Green Party is here in strong numbers yet again. We have a united caucus, a strong and proven leadership team, and we will be an effective opposition in the next government.
Could you
mentioned-
work
mentioned
with
United Caucus there? That's
Yes.
fascinating, given what we're going to see at Labour. Are you purposely talking that up?
Well,
Given
we have always been a united caucus. We're very disappointed that we may lose Stephen Browning from our caucus, but we are strong and united with proven leadership. That is why we were the lead opposition last term and why we will continue to lead the opposition in the next
do you
government.
What-
expect a bit of a tumultuous time for Labour in the coming years?
Well, I'm sure that they will be reconsidering their strategy, but that's their business, it's not mine. My business is to focus on our strategic approach to the next 3 years. We will be a strong and effective opposition. We have a strong leadership to lead that opposition, and we will do our best to get good green change across the board.
Could you welcome Lila Haro back into your ranks?
I think Lila needs to decide what her future is. At the moment, I'm focused on my caucus and my party. We have so much more work yet to do to get good green change and to hold the government to account for their failures. And that has to be my focus right now, not Lila's future.
But at the same time, she really has destroyed the left, hasn't she? And she's left a lot of people on the left unhappy with what's happened.
Well, that may well be the case, but that is Lila's problem and her organisation's problem, not mine.
Her brand is toxic, and you're not ruling out bringing it back into the Green Party.
I'm sorry, I'm not considering any of the issues with Lila Hare and her party. Those are issues that her party will have to deal with. I'm focused on my own. I have 13 MPs. We may yet still get a 14th. We need to make sure we are a strong opposition and work on how that will look over the next 3 years. That has to be my primary consideration, not other people in other parties.
You were criticising Labour going into this election. Are you going to take the same...
Sorry.
You were criticising Labour going into this election, saying that you were the stronger opposition. Are you going to take the same approach in this next term?
I absolutely believe we led the opposition last term. We led on the asset sales, we led with the manufacturing inquiry, we put child poverty on the political agenda, we put clean rivers on the political agenda, and as we have been proven successful in the past in both being an effective opposition and getting good green change in opposition, we will continue to do so in the next term.
So is it going to be difficult for you to form any sort of coalition or any sort of agreement in terms of opposition working together, both parties working together?
We've always said that we would work with any party that backs our plan for change. Now that we are in opposition, we'll have a different approach to how that works, but we're still happy to work with other parties where we can get good green change. That includes Labour, it may include other parties as well.
Would you consider going back to being primarily an environment party and less of social justice, or going back to where you were basically?
The Green Party is a principled party. We have always stood on a platform of social justice, ecological wisdom, democracy, peace, and honouring Te Tiriti o Waitangi, and we will never step back from that.
Some Green voters will be a bit concerned you're potentially open to the idea of having Laila Hare back.
I know you're really keen to run that story.
No,
I'm just,
can you
I'm,
give us a steer? I'm
I
giving you
cannot,
the
no, I'm
opportunity.
telling you, I'm not concerned with Laila Hare's future. That is a matter for her, it's in her hands. I am concerned about the future of my caucus and my party, and making sure we are the most effective opposition over the next 3 years and get good green change. I have no concern for Laila and her future.
Can I just get clear though, you're not ruling out having her back?
I have no concern at all for Laila Hare and her future.
What does that mean?
It means
what-
I have no concern about her and her future. I'm focused on our issues,
Would you
on
like
our
her
caucus and
back?
our
Would you
people.
like her back in the Green Party?
I think Laila has to decide what she wants to do
No,
next.
but would you like her back?
I'm not interested in Laila Hare and her future. She has to decide what it is that she wants to do next. I'm focused on my people, my caucus, my party.
Are
If
you
she
going to
decides she
talk-
wants to come back to the Greens, would you let her?
Well, she has to, if she wants to do that, she can come and have a conversation. Anyone who wants to be part of the Green Party is entitled to come and have that conversation. But I have no interest in Laila Hare and her future. I am focused on my people and our future.
This is quite surprising though. You realise how toxic the brand Laila Hare has become.
Well-
and you're now open to having her back in the Greens.
That's not the case, Brooke.
Well-
That's not the case. I know you're trying to spin that as
No,
a
no, no,
story.
no, no,
I
I'm
know.
not
I
trying
know
to
you
spin
are.
it.
You are. You're
I'm
trying
giving
to.
you
You're
the
trying to.
opportunity
No,
to
no.
give us a clear steer
You're
of
trying
whether you
to.
want Laila Hare back or not.
You're trying to get me to give you the answer that you want to that question,
Well,
and
just say
I'm
no,
no.
then.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Well, that's the answer you want me to give you.
No.
I'm telling you. I have no interest in Laila Hare and her future. That is her business, not mine. I am focused on my people, on my caucus, and being the most effective opposition we can be in the next government.
Okay, I'll put it another way. If Kim.com was here in another 3 years and wanted to donate to the Green Party, would you be open to that?
Kim.com's donation to the Green Party would be refused on the basis it wouldn't meet our ethical standards.
But Laila Hare would be accepted
Oh,
back into the Green Party?
I would need the party to consider whether or not she met our ethical standards for a donation.
Lucy Lawless last night talked about a blue. She liked the idea of a blue-greens party. Lucy Lawless, the woman that has been,
She's been
the
a
face
fantastic
for
support
your
for us.
campaign,
That's right.
and now she's saying maybe the Greens should start working with National.
Well, Lucy, like everyone, is entitled to her opinion, and she has been a fantastic support for the Greens over this campaign. We know that we will do our best to get good green change now that we are in the opposition, and we will work with other parties to achieve that. That may include National sometimes, like it did with marriage equality, for example, but there's not that much common ground between the Greens and National. I think we could all agree on that.
What do you think would have happened if Labor had agreed to campaign with the Greens?
I think we would be in a different situation. I think the proposal we put to Labor to work together more effectively as an alternative government, presenting to the public, would have given more stability to that alternative option. And I'm disappointed that that option wasn't taken up. But the election has rolled out as it has. It is what it is. We now deal with the one, we take the 1 in 10 New Zealanders who voted for us, we take their vote seriously and responsibly. We now have to put in plan and the opportunity to be both an effective opposition and get good green change.
Is it disheartening though to have such a solid 3 years, solid campaign, and you come away with one less MP? I mean,
This is the nature of elections. You just can't tell what's going to happen. I mean, we've been in a much worse situation, and frankly, it could have been much worse for us this time if we had not run such a good campaign. So I think that this, it's a good result in the circumstances where there's been a shift to the right. There's been all this chaos, as we know, from the internet mana and the mass surveillance and the dirty politics. But the Greens have played a straight now, and we have solidified our support as a result.
Thank you.